So the scooters, hey, in the Eastern Cape, they just won't go away. So the latest, there's been some flip-flopping on the part of the minister, quite frankly, Minister Zweli Mkhize. You'll remember that there was this question of whether or not these were to be used to transport patients. Whether you use the word ambulance or not is irrelevant. Were they going to transport patients, yes or no? Here's the minister in June, on the 13th of June, in a statement clarifying what these were to be used for. Let's put that up for you now so you can see what the minister said at that point. It will be coming up shortly. The minister did confirm on the 13th of June in that statement that these are motorbikes that are designed for off-road capabilities, and the intention is for these units to be able to transport patients to the nearest clinic so that ambulances can concentrate on transporting patients from clinics to facilities offering higher levels of care. That's June the 13th. Let's quickly show you what the minister is now saying in a reply in Parliament to a question by the DA's Siviwe Kwahube. Well, it's different. It's a different story. Firstly, the department was not consulted on specifications. The province has been advised that none of these scooters will be used as ambulances because they do not meet the specific requirements as provided for in EMS regulations, such as minimum patient compartment space and equipment requirements. So let's take the conversation forward. Someone who might know is Brian Harmse of the company that supplied these scooters to the Eastern Cape government. We were on the line with you a bit earlier on, Brian, and we had difficulties with the line. And you were telling me an incredible story of impulse buying. I might go to buy some jeans and end up buying a cab. But here you were telling me that the Department of Health came to you looking for clinics and left with the idea that they should be getting scooters.
Okay, just to confirm, so it's very clear. The tender that went out was purely for clinics. Okay, so the tender went out for 100 clinics, and we tendered, and then the guys from the department and health came through, from transport and from health came through, and did an audit on us. And they verified that we manufacture these things. We got the NETIS numbers to have them licensed. Purely clinics, okay? So where the confusion kicked in was that we were asked to go and do showcase units for the Minister of Health, okay? At that stage, we still had no order. We still right now don't have an order number, okay? So at that stage, we said, guys, we don't have clinics because we didn't know without an order, I can't build your clinics for you. But we've got one demo clinic and we have one demo ambulance, and we got 4 units that were packed to go to Kenya. And those units, we said, if you want to, we can showcase the 6 units for you. But your order hasn't been placed yet, so we can't showcase your clinics for you. So they said, yes, please have the units there to show the Minister of Health. So the MEC of Health, her intentions were really sound. It was more to show there's something going down in the province to help the rural situation, okay? So we go there and we show the bikes. But no one told us it's going to be a full media launch, okay, of this whole thing, because, us wouldn't have never have gone. It was more to show the Minister of Health. So next thing, there's TV cameras and people taking videos all over the place. And we were asked, like, what are these units? So we then explained what they were. I mean, they were ambulances that were shown, but those were purely going to Kenya. The stock that we should have maybe had with the clinics, but without having the order number, I can't build the units, So. Yeah. I wasn't paid up front. I don't have an order number. That's it.
So what's your understanding of what the contract is now, Brian? Because, I mean, if initially they were thought to be good enough for patient transportation, these units that were meant for Kenya, they were not ours. So we were all mocking Kenya's products. All of us, we were busy talking about something that was not for us. It was for Kenya all along. What's the status now? Is the Eastern Cape Department of Health still getting these units, these scooters from you? And what is your understanding of what these scooters are meant to be for? Patient transportation or not?
Okay, you actually asked quite a broad question there. Okay, so the biggest seller we've got is the ambulance version. Okay, so the ambulance version is used, especially in Malawi and Tanzania, to move pregnant mothers who are battling in the childbirth process to get them to the clinics. Okay, so they're very well used. There's huge amounts of videos, and the NGOs work with us on big projects all over Africa. Okay, so the question comes in, what happens here for the Eastern Cape? The point here is that there's no other solution for the rural environment, you know. So how do you move someone that's in trouble from their houses in the rural environment to the clinic? Where ideally, if the local clinic in a rural environment had a unit, they could then, you know, go out there with the, you know, with the ambulance and move people. But the point being, okay, is that you need to go back to what the tender was all about. Okay, the tender was for clinics. So the intention was to move the healthcare process into the rural environment, into a village, so that people can go to the clinic itself to get their medication, to be tested, and to be kind of looked after. And ideally, in the situation now, they will get 3 months worth of medication, like in one visit, so the guys don't have to go to the clinics. Because if the people are moving from the rural environments with the COVID dynamic now to the clinics, there's more chance of getting sick at the clinic, versus then rather taking, you know, the nursing, you know, or at least the healthcare in the rural environment to the villages and setting up the complete clinic there. So there's a big gazebo that goes over the unit. It's properly organized, you know, it's got sides, make it nice and private.
Yeah.
It's kitted, and the kitting of the unit can also depend on what they want to put inside there. They can go as far as
Brian, as you're saying and describing how well organized it is, I have to put it to you that the minister is not so impressed now. He says they're simply not suitable.
Okay, so to confirm with you quickly, okay, so in 2006, there was a range of stamps for that the post office sent out, okay, all kind of published, and it covered rural health care, okay, rural health care. And we were, actually this whole series of stamps was put into the big showcase, like, you know, portrait type thing, and given to us by the Department of Health. In there was the helicopters for rural healthcare, ambulances from St. John's Ambulance, and fixed-wing aeroplanes, including motorcycle ambulances. Okay, we've been recognized by the Department of Health since 2006. So there's been projects rolled out, you know, with the departments in the Transkei. So the point, all of a sudden now, everyone's making this big U-turn. And this is the biggest question to maybe ask, okay, is that if they're being used all over Africa, okay, including countries, you know, neighboring us, like, you know, Mozambique, Botswana, Swaziland, if they can use as ambulances there, and they use them all over the world, even in Afghanistan, we've got units in Afghanistan. So the question comes in, if they can be used all over the world, okay, what makes South Africa so different or so special that you can't use them in a rural environment?
Right.
Okay,
Brian, I'm completely out of time. Yeah, I needed you to finish that point. Thank you so much. That's Brian Harmse, the person who owns the company that won the tender to either deliver clinics or scooters. We really don't know at this particular point. Speaking of the Minister of Health,